Summer of 1993. I was 12 years old, church camp, cabin 7, top bunk, and completely unprepared for what was about to happen. She stepped off that bus like she'd done it before, while the rest of us were dragging duffel bags across the gravel lot. The sun was dropping low behind the pines, and I remember thinking that was probably the prettiest girl I'd ever seen. She knew my name before I knew hers. She saw me there before I found the words. For one short week, the world got strange. The summer she knew my name. Monday turned to Tuesday, Tuesday turned to rain, and every place I looked, she somehow looked the same. Down by the lake at morning chapel, walking with her friends through the dining hall, I'd tell myself, tomorrow I'll say something. By Wednesday, I'd learned her favorite color. By Thursday, I'd learned her middle name. Looking back, I probably should have just introduced myself. Thursday night, the campfire burning, sparks climbed through the dark. I sat 3 rows behind her, trying not to stare. The preacher talked about courage and faith and stepping out when you're afraid. I had a feeling that message was aimed directly at me. She knew my name before I knew hers. She saw me there before I found the words. For one short week, the world got strange. The summer she knew my name. Friday came, the last full day before we'd all go home. I walked across that field with my heart trying to leave my chest. I got halfway there, turned around, got halfway back, turned around again. Then somehow I made it. I had a speech prepared, 37 words. I delivered one. Hi. She knew my name. That's what she said, standing underneath the trees. She smiled and laughed and said hello like it happened naturally. For one short week, the world had changed more than I could explain. And when she said, "See you next summer, boys," that's when everything started. The next year, I came back, and somehow I got the girl for one glorious week. One year later, same camp, same cabins, same lake, same girl. At least, that's what I was hoping. That old church bus turned down the drive, and my heart started running wild. I saw her there through the window glass, and suddenly I was 13 instead of 12, and somehow that felt important. All year long I counted days till summer came around. I played that week inside my head 1,000 times. Somehow some things grow while you're apart, or at least that's what I believed. Monday came, then Tuesday night, and everything felt right. We sat together during chapel and walked back after supper. By Wednesday, everybody knew. By Thursday, even I knew this might be the greatest week of my young life. Now, before we go any further, you need to understand something. When you're 13, 1 week is basically forever. All year long I counted days till summer came around. I played that week inside my head 1,000 times. Somehow some things grow while you're apart, or at least that's what I believed. Friday afternoon, she asked if we could talk. Now I didn't know much at 13, but I knew enough to know those words never lead anywhere good. We walked down toward the lake, neither one of us saying much. I said, "Did I do something wrong?" She said, "No." I said, "Are you mad at me?" She said, "No." I said, "Is there somebody else?" She looked down at the ground and said, "Well, kind of. Boys." My stomach hit the dirt. She broke up with me for Jesus. That's exactly what she said. She needed time to grow her faith and walk a different path instead. Now, how's a 13-year-old boy supposed to compete with that? The Son of God had a pretty strong advantage over a kid with braces and a BMX bike. She broke up with me for Jesus, and honestly, looking back, I never really had a chance. I asked my youth pastor what I should do. He said, "Get closer to Jesus." I said, "That's exactly how this whole thing started." I spent the entire ride home thinking about what happened. She picked Jesus, not me, at 13 years old. I came to what I believed was the only logical conclusion. Back home I made a plan, wrote it on notebook paper. Step 1, read my Bible more. Step 2, be nicer to my sister. Step 3, figure out how to walk walk on water. I tried to be Jesus, or at least improve my odds. I figured if she liked him, maybe I could move a little closer to the top. I was reading every chapter, praying every day, trying awful hard to become runner-up to the King of Kings. Mama caught me standing in the bathtub one night, trying to practice miracles with 3 inches of water. Daddy walked in, shook his head, turned around and walked right back out. Honestly, I respected that decision. I tried to be Jesus, or at least improve my odds. I figured if she liked him, maybe I could move a little closer to the top. I was reading every chapter, praying every day, trying awful hard to become runner-up to the King of Kings. By October, I had accepted a few difficult realities. Number 1, I was not performing miracles. Number 2, I was not turning water into anything. Number 3, the Son of God was still way ahead in the standings. And frankly, it wasn't particularly close. I tried to be Jesus, but eventually I learned some battles just ain't fair, and some lessons must be earned. She taught me about heartbreak, he taught me about grace, and somehow I survived both without leaving first place among 8th grade boys named Michael. Last I heard, she's happily married. I'm happily married, and Jesus still hasn't lost a girlfriend to anybody.